Hi, my name is Monica, and this is my discussion post number 2. I apologize if I seem nervous. I don't usually record myself during discussion post, so I'm a little bit rather shy, but let's just get through this, and I hope I don't talk too fast because I'm nervous. So, question number 1. Throughout history, women have been significantly neglected in the prison system. In 2008, there were more than 216,000 women incarcerated in jails and prisons in the United States. There are a few issues involving the processing and the incarceration of women throughout the criminal justice system. One of the issues is that the criminal justice system is a male-dominated society, and that females make up a very small percentage of violent offenders. Existing American prisons are often ill-equipped to handle the specific needs of women and girls. Most women are incarcerated for non-violent offenses. This leads me to believe that the number of women incarcerated is high, and that there are a lot of children who end up being the unintended victims of the criminal justice system. The National Crime Victimization Survey asks victims about the gender of offenders in crimes where the offender is seen. The percentage of female offenders reported by victims is very similar to or lower to than the female percentage of arrests for comparable categories. Self-report studies also confirm the UCR patterns of relatively low female involvement in serious offenses and greater involvement in the less serious categories. There could be more done as far as addressing women's pathways into the criminal justice system. The differences in offense patterns for the patterns of male offenders, or from the patterns of male offenders, the differences, and their experiences in the criminal justice system, and their responses to the available programs. Regarding question number 2, I do think it's important that girls and women receive treatment that is goal-oriented. Feminist criminology mentions that girls experience higher rates of emotional trauma over their male companions. The trauma places girls at a higher risk for post-traumatic stress disorder. Criminologists mention that there is a cycle that starts with victimization, which can then lead to future offenses. Proper treatment can be helpful in preventive recidivism. I think having a support system is not only healthy, but also helpful. The textbook provided information that feminist criminologists mentioned that more research is necessary in order to understand the female offender. I share similar feelings in regard to this. Research has also suggested that women who offend usually have been victimized themselves. Only when personal treatment is successful can we start to make some progress with the research. Sociologist Beth Ritchie argues that the key to understanding and responding to women as offenders is to understand their status as crime victims. I think that unintentionally societies continue to fail to meet the health needs of women at critical moments in their lives. A review of recent gender equality in health states that the present position could be considered unfair, ineffective, inefficient, and unequal to women. Question number 3. Worldwide, more than 700,000 women and girls are institutionalized according to the 3rd edition of the World Female Imprisonment List. Woo! The list researched and compiled by Roy Walmsley and is published by the Institute for Criminal Policy Research at Birkbeck in the University of London. It provides information for almost all the countries in the world about the prison population, the percentage of the total prison population they comprise, and per 100,000 of the national population. It also includes information about the trends in female imprisonment. Other countries do have different customs, values, policies, and regulations regarding women and being in prison. There has been an increasingly sharp rise in recent years in the number of women and girls in prison, and the substantial variations in female imprisonment levels between neighboring countries, between the different regions, and different continents. Female imprisonment has a high social and financial cost, and its excessive use does little to improve public safety. Upon further looking into, women appear to be treated differently in other countries through the criminal justice system. Women often do not have the same access to diversion and other programs that can shorten incarceration. The United States makes up to 27 of the world's most carceral places for women. Thailand comes in 28th place, fueled in part by America's exported war on drugs. Women in Thailand are incarcerated at similar rates. Most states follow until El Salvador broke the steady stream of the U.S. jurisdictions as the world's 35th most zealous incarcerator of women. El Salvadorian women are still routinely jailed for miscarriages and have the same incarceration rate as women in Wisconsin. Whew, the true scale of the U.S. over-incarceration becomes even more apparent when we look at our closest allies, the fellow founding countries of the North American Treaty Organization, otherwise known as NATO. Nearly half of our states, including Arizona, continue to incarcerate women at least 10 times the rate of our closest allies. Thank you so much. Have a great day. I look forward to future discussions. Bye-bye, everyone.